the problem of Middle East has to be dealt with. In my county alone, Mr. Speaker, for the last 2 years, I have lost 30 youth in Middle East, Mr. Speaker. And I've raised this concern. The Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Relations happens to come from my county. And even in his own county, he's not bothered. Despite the CS having been to this house so many times and having given us assurance, there seems to be a continuation of this problem, Mr. Speaker. We cannot watch as our citizens are being maimed, tortured, killed, and even made to stay on the streets, Mr. Speaker. Senator Nandi is laughing at me. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask Senator Nandi to go and tell his boss to deal with this problem instead of talking about who will be the deputy president, who will not be the deputy president. As in ODM, the issue of deputy president is not an issue.
Masikitiko kwamba watoto wanazaliwa katika nchi ya Saudi Arabia na wanashindwa kupata hati za kizazi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to request for the statement. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of nationwide concern regarding the growing humanitarian crisis affecting Kenyan citizens, particularly mothers and children who are currently stranded, undocumented, or detained in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mr. Speaker, sir, this statement is informed by first-hand encounters with the Kenyan mothers and children living undocumented and abandoned on the streets of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, including a newborn baby born barely 2 weeks ago. Their plight highlights a serious failure in consular protection and a disconnect between the Kenyan embassy in Riyadh and affected citizens. Despite the ministry collecting 707 DNA samples, only 110 birth certificates have been processed, leaving hundreds of children stateless and unassisted for over 2 years now. Additionally, reports indicate that 200 to 300 Kenyans are currently detained in Saudi Arabia prisons, many for minor immigration offenses, with limited access to legal support or consular visits. Compared to countries like Philippines, whose workers enjoy stronger wage protections and proactive embassy support, Kenyan workers face lower pay, weaker safeguards, and minimal institutional advocacy, raising urgent questions about the adequacy of Kenya's diplomatic and labor protection frameworks abroad. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The current number of Kenyan citizens detained in Saudi Arabia, including a breakdown of offenses, duration of custody, and the level of consular support extended to them. 2. The reason why hundreds of DNA samples collected from Kenyan mothers and children remain unprocessed, and provide a clear timeline for completing all pending birth certificate cases. Number 3, the measures taken by the Kenyan embassy in Riyadh to identify, profile, and support Kenyan mothers and children stranded on the streets, and clarify why private individuals have had to intervene in the absence of official assistance. Number 4, the emergency measures the ministry intends to deploy to provide immediate humanitarian relief and facilitate safe repatriation for stranded mothers and children. And number 5, the reasons the embassy has not established a safe, confidential, and risk-free reporting mechanisms for undocumented Kenyan citizens, given the legal risks they face under Saudi law when approaching authorities. And finally, number 6, whether the ministry has benchmarked the treatment and protection of Kenyan workers in Saudi Arabia against countries such as Philippines, Pakistan, and detail the steps being taken to secure comparable wage standards, contract protection, and proactive embassy support for Kenyan workers. This is my statement, Senator of Kiambu, Karungo Thang'wa, and I've just arrived from Saudi Arabia. Thank you.
We have had numerous statements on this matter in this House and even in the National Assembly for some time now. I remember when I served in the National Assembly, we had so many statements on the issue of Kenyans living and working in the Middle East. And now, Mr. Speaker, despite the CS having been to this House so many times and having given us assurance, there seems to be a continuation of this problem, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, at this point in time when the government is seeking to get many people, many Kenyans employed abroad, I think this is a matter that has to be handled with finality, Mr. Speaker, because we cannot watch as our citizens are being maimed, tortured, killed, and even made to stay on the streets, Mr. Speaker. This should not continue. A serious country like Kenya cannot allow its citizens to stay on the streets, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I witnessed this problem myself a few months back when I traveled to, I was going to Europe via Sharjah Airport in UAE. And I saw so many young people, particularly women, from Eastern Africa countries, from Kenya, from Uganda, from Congo, sleeping on the floor in the airports. So many of them, Mr. Speaker, some with children, others badly dressed. It is not a good show. And this country, if we are serious about our foreign policy, Mr. Speaker, this is a problem that must be addressed. The problem we are having is that there are recruitment agencies who move to our villages, recruiting our youth to go to Saudi Arabia. And these recruitment agencies are crooks, Mr. Speaker. We have talked many times that the government should rein on this unscrupulous recruitment agency, but nothing seems to be done, Mr. Speaker. And we are told, Mr. Speaker, that these recruitment agencies are actually owned by people in government. That is why they cannot rein on them, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, wherever you go in the Middle East, you meet Kenyans suffering, they have no food to eat, and we have a government. Mr. Speaker, even as we talk about taking our youth abroad, the first thing that this government should do is to deal with the problem of Kenyans who go to Middle East. Before they even say they are taking people to Germany, they are taking people to Australia or wherever, the problem of Middle East has to be dealt with. In my county alone, Mr. Speaker, for the last 2 years, I have lost 30 youth in Middle East, Mr. Speaker. And I've raised this concern. The Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Relations happens to come from my county. And even in his own county, is not bothered about the plight of our students or our children who go to Middle East. Mr. Speaker, as I'm talking now, Senator for Nandi is laughing at me. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask Senator for Nandi to go and tell his boss to deal with this problem instead of talking about who will be the deputy president, who will not be the deputy president. As in ODM, the issue of deputy president is not an issue. Our issue is implementation of the 10-point agenda that we signed with them. And one of them is the issue of youth employment.
Masikitiko kwamba watoto wanazaliwa katika nchi ya Saudi Arabia na wanashindwa kupata hati za kizazi na stakabadhi nyingine ambazo zitawezesha kusafiri kurudi nyumbani. Mheshimiwa Spika, kama inavyojulikana ni kwamba nchi ya Saudi Arabia ina sheria za dini, sheria za Kiislamu za dini ambazo ni marufuku kwa mwanamke kupata mtoto nje ya ndoa. Kwa hivyo wengi hawa watoto ambao wamepatikana kule ni wale ambao wamepatikana nje ya ndoa. Kwa hivyo inakuwa ni vigumu kutokana na sheria za nchi wao kuweza kuandikishwa na kupewa vibali vya usafiri rasmi. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ni lazima kuwe na mfumo ambao wale ambao wanakwenda kufanya kazi nchi za nje wamepata mafunzo ya kuwawezesha kuendesha maisha yao katika sehemu zile. Kama hawa watu wangekuwa wamepewa mafunzo, Mheshimiwa Spika, haya mambo yasingeweza kutendeka. Lakini wengi wanachukuliwa kutoka sehemu za mashambani, hawajui haki zao, hawajui kule wanakokwenda kufanya kazi. Kuna shida za lugha, kuelewana lugha kati ya mwajiri na mwajiriwa, na wengi wale mawakala ambao wanawapeleka sehemu zile huwa ni watu ambao hawana ofisi wala hawana mahali maalum ambapo wanaweza kupatikana iwapo kutakuwa na shida. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Spika, ipo haja ya kuwe na kanuni kwamba hizi wakala zote ambazo zinapeleka watu nchi za nje wawe wana nafasi ya kuwapa mafunzo japokuwa ni ya wiki 2, ili akitoka hapa ana uzoefu yale mambo ataenda kupata kule, na vile vile aweze kujitetea wakati amepata matatizo.